Ladies and gents, welcome to a surprise episode of Laz Vic Live. I'm your host for this evening, Laz Vic. Welcome. Yes, if you're out there, if you're indoors hanging out on this Wednesday evening, say hi in the chat. Come on in, hang out with us. My sound is not on the stream. All right, let me know if you can hear my sound on the stream. Anthony coming in. My sound's checking out, my man. Anthony having troubles. He says, okay, better. Thank you so much, our sound engineer, Anthony. Welcome to the show. Special episode here. Decided to do it on a Wednesday night. Hope you're having a good week. Very special episode for you tonight. We have a dear friend of mine, director, producer, writer, stand-up comedian, Jazzmyn Banks is on the show tonight.
And the term disabled American kind of confuses me. You know, I keep picturing whereas there, generation after generation of proud disabled pioneering across the land, searching for an accessible home. Like, can you picture the photo album? Black and white photos, all these people in wheelchairs stuck in the dirt.
Welcome to the show, Jazzmyn Banks. What's going on? Welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Anthony says the sync is off. It's fine, Anthony. Don't worry. It's a live stream. Things will sync up eventually. The world has a way of evening out. Doesn't it, Jazz?
Yes, it does.
Can't worry
Not
about
everything is a sign of the apocalypse.
Little detail in life. You just got to go with the flow tonight. And tonight, I'm lucky to have Miss Jazzmyn Banks on the stream. I can't believe it. How are you, Miss Banks? How are you?
Doing good. Tired,
doing good.
but doing good.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the middle of the
Been
week,
a busy
right?
bee.
We're all working. It's the middle of the week. We're all doing our thing. Who are you two? Tell us.
Well, I guess all of those things are true. Yes, I'm a creative person, and I love to make films. I love to write. I love to edit. I love to direct. I love comedy. I love to do stand-up. So all those things. I'm a mom. I'm a grandmother. I have grand cats also.
Grand cats, yes.
Grand cats, yes.
Amazing. Okay, so you do all these things, and I met you how many years ago on the set of Writer's Block when I auditioned for you?
Yeah, I feel like that was 2004.
It was a long time ago, and
yes,
I was a young actor.
It was 20 years ago.
I was a young actor in New York City. I think I was -5 when I met you. I was a young actor in New York City, naive, didn't know anything. This was one of my first independent film sets. And you ran, let me just tell you, you ran a fine set, a tough machine, let me just say. I don't know, you could always work way more hours than anyone else. I was super impressed by your work ethic. How'd you get such a work ethic, Jazz?
I mean, my parents definitely had a good work ethic. I mean, not now. They're not here anymore. So, but maybe they do. You never know what goes on upstairs. But no, I mean, they were Depression era kids, so there was that work ethic from that time, and it was just instilled in us that you have to go above and beyond. So
you
I always,
certainly did. I remember
upstairs.
we had a shoot that it was all night long for like a month. In where was it? Was it Brooklyn that we were?
The warehouse?
The warehouse. It was a warehouse. And we would start shooting at like 7 p.m. And we wouldn't stop until like 8 a.m.
Yeah, because we could only shoot when they weren't working. And
We
then
could
they were
only
like, yeah, have at it.
We could only shoot the film when the warehouse was closed.
Yes. Yes.
But you did it. You went in there, you built a whole film set in that warehouse, and you filmed this entire series in there.
Yes. Oh my God, what a big undertaking. But it was so much fun. I mean, it was truly so much fun. So.
And then I recall doing another film with you. I've worked on a few films with you. And I recall a film where I am running across a bridge,
Yes.
carrying several animals with a goat in tow.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes.
That was great.
When do I get to see this footage?
Well,
Jazz?
that's the one I'm finishing up now. I've come
can't
back
wait.
to it.
That's
and
little inside scoop.
yes. So.
That's
But the goat was great. And the goat handler, as you were about to run across the bridge with it, and there's all these giant waterfalls, and she says, "Oh, I hope the goat doesn't buck and jump over the bridge." I'm like, "Wait, you say this now? Like we weren't warned?"
Wow.
So I told him, I'm like, "Okay, just pretend you're running, but try not to like scare the goat. We don't want it jumping." So. Yeah.
Yes, me and the goat, we had an understanding that day.
Yes.
We sat down, we had a conversation. I looked at the goat eye to eye. I had some treats to reinforce what I was saying.
It worked.
And it worked. Thankfully, it worked. Everything
the goat
worked
whisperer.
out great. Everything worked out. Me and the goat. Speaking of goats and animals, you had an interesting run-in with an alligator, did you not, Jazz?
Yes. Oh my. Yes. So basically, I was in the hospital with a lot of awful stuff going on for a bunch of years, and it was pretty dire. And I was watching a lot of YouTube to deal with my boredom in the hospital, and a lot of travel related shows, so I could just get myself mentally out of the hospital. And I came across an alligator that you can go swimming with. And
Wow.
I had a huge phobia of alligators. And so I thought, if I survive, I need to go and do something adventurous like that. Because if I survive all of this, then I got to go and conquer my fear.
Wow.
And I can't think of a better adventure to start with than going in the pool with an alligator.
You went
His
right
name is
for alligator.
Casper.
You got out of the hospital. You were in the hospital, and you said, the first thing I want to do is I want to go swim some alligators.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay.
Well, this specific alligator. Yes.
So it's a specific alligator that
Specific one.
Did you
Yeah, I'm
ever-
not just like going and diving in the swamp and hoping for the best. No, this is like
I think we have a
this
picture
is
of
a
this gator
trained
right here.
alligator.
Here's
Yeah, he's
Jazz
a rescue.
in this circle. Jazz, I think you drew boobs here when you sent me this. And then in the other boob, there's an alligator. If you see the mouth, in the furthest away boob, I would say.
Yep, a 10-foot alligator 2 feet away.
That's crazy. And so, how did you feel? I think I have other pictures here. How did you feel? When
That was
you were
amazing.
In there with there's this eye. Look at its eye.
Yeah, he's like looking right at me. That's actually a screen grab from the moment where stuff went wrong with my snorkel and I couldn't breathe underwater.
What?
And I panicked a little bit. And he just sort of turned and faced his eyeball towards me like, "Oh, what's going on?"
I just looked at
And
you
we were
like
told-
that 'cause he has to turn
because
sideways to look at you.
splashing, yes, splashing equals dinner time. So that's why this was not a good thing, that I started to feel a panic for a moment, not over the alligator, but over the lack of air. And then I was like, "Oh, straighten yourself out and
Oh my
deal
God.
because there is an alligator."
Oh my
Um,
God. Craig
so-
McLaughlin, welcome to the stream. He joins and he says, alligators are great. It's those damn crocodiles you got to watch out for.
Oh, is he prejudiced against the crocodiles?
Ah, quite the comedian, Craig. Nice one. So you weren't terrified? I'd be terrified, Jess.
Weirdly, no. And like I said, I had a massive phobia. In New York City, I would still feel phobic about them, but yet, because I just decided that this was what was going to happen, I can't explain it, but I was just super excited about it, and it was not scary at all. With the exception of that one moment where it was like, oh, and I was more scared about not being understood that
Yeah.
I couldn't. Oh, please don't attack the green screen. Okay, so the green screen might get attacked.
That's okay.
The cat is
the
now
whole
walking
operation.
behind the green screen.
The whole operation's coming down right now.
Yep. Yep. So all will be revealed.
That's okay.
So yeah, it was great. I mean, I was just scared about not being able to breathe and being pulled because
Oh my God.
my cousin had to pull me under the water because I couldn't do it myself.
Yeah.
So she had the weight belt, and then we would get pulled down together. And
Wow.
I was worried, oh, am I going to go down and not be able to breathe? And when I was in the pool, I gasped for air when I was practicing. And so I have no muscle memory for what you should do and not do in water. So
That wasn't my stomach. Those are alligator sounds. Those are actual.
yeah, that's what they sound like when they bellow. It's
Those
like a
are
greeting.
actual. So, Jazz, you were in the swamp, and they
Well,
lowered you
it's a
into the
swamp
swamp
area.
water,
Yes, totally into the swamp. Yes, yes.
and mosquitoes are biting you. I'm just trying to put the audience where you are.
And
And there's
also
monkeys.
it was cold.
I think I hear monkeys.
The monkeys. Yeah,
And
yeah.
so you're in the water with this alligator together, eye to eye.
Yes, sir. So and then and then the guy takes pictures of you and the alligator, and it swims back and forth. And poses.
Then the alligator
For
puts
real.
on a show, and
Pretty much, yes. It's the funniest thing because he's trained. He's a rescue alligator. He was in someone's backyard. He was going to eat their dog, and then what they usually do is shoot these alligators
Oh my
because they
God.
can't put them back into the wild because they have a
Wow.
homing ability. So the rescue center tries to get as many of them as possible because they were almost extinct in Florida. And
wow.
yeah, and I have a video that I am busily editing on the whole thing, where you see the preparation and what went into all of this, and I even address, why do we need alligators? Because a lot of people are like, okay, so handbags are good, just get rid of them, and it's like, no,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
they're responsible for a lot of good stuff in the ecosystem, and without them, tens of 20 species will die instantly.
Yeah.
So then I found out there was another good reason to go do this, to support the cause. I went for the adventure, and then I came out learning a lot more. So,
You
and it was a
certainly
blast.
sound like you did, Jazzy. Anthony says, when I was in Florida, I went to an alligator farm, and I was on the boardwalk with gaps in the walkway, and I was walking. That's a lot of walks, bro. And the alligator was following me. Very distressing.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. See, that would not be an ideal scenario for me. No.
Yes, I don't deal with anything in the water where I can turn it to food is a big nope for me. You know what I mean? I don't...
Yeah.
Anything that I can be eaten by, that's no fun. Like
Yeah.
camping, same thing, bears.
Yeah,
You
no, I
know,
don't play with that.
I don't want to be a Happy Meal for the bear in the tent, So I like hiking, but, closer to civilization.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, in Central
crazy.
Park, you can do pretend hiking. They have a pretty dense part of it, but there's no predators, so that works for me.
That's great. So I met you. I mentioned I met you during the during when you did writer's block.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I very narcissistically put together my own reel of my character in the movie Writer's Block.
At work?
Well, I'm an artist, okay?
You're a graphic designer.
It's still art.
You alright? Do you need your inhaler or something? Do you have it on you? Okay, get it. Of course.
Chicks are vulnerable when they're first divorced. You are missing some action. There are some hot-ass chicks in this part.
I'm a rebound.
You're such an idiot. You're such a yodelhead. Oh, you're such a wuss.
Richard, I don't think the office is an appropriate place for this pet.
Little girls need to keep busy. Oh, Heather.
Wait, no, it's fine. We're just gonna go over. It's fine. No, seriously, we're just gonna go again. It's right here. Okay.
There you go, Jazzy.
Yep, that was fun
Ah,
times.
the memories. Look how young I looked. That was last week, as a matter
Yes,
of fact. That
yes.
was filmed. Auntie says they were throwing dead chickens.
Oh,
Craig's-
at the alligators? You don't mean in the movie? Like
Yeah,
at the
I didn't
alligators?
see any dead chickens in the movie, Anthony.
Yeah, I don't recall using that.
Craig says, awesome. Thank you, Craig. 15-second delay on this. Oh, my goodness. It's okay, Tony. He's so concerned. He's the audio engineer. So that was a little bit of writer's block, and I wish there was somewhere we could watch the whole thing. With so many talented actors on that, and I can't wait to see the next thing, Jazz. That you're doing. Are you doing any? Have you done any stand up lately? When was the last time you did?
That is something I need to get back to. Since I've recovered from everything that was going on, I have my little to-do list, and I'm working on the web series. I need to get that done with because that's a huge undertaking. I actually 2 weeks ago was filming your character's child self, so I had to find a mini you. So I filmed those scenes, and I'm going to keep plugging away at it. And once I have all this kind of stuff wrapped up, then I do want to go back to stand-up. But I know right now to put too much on my plate would not be good. So
Of course, you gotta pace yourself. Nelson, welcome to the stream. He says, keep doing your thing, Laz. I'm coming to see you at Rhino soon. Yes, Nelson, thank you so much. And this is a perfect time, Nelson, to plug my show. This Saturday, February 4th, I'm at the Meadowlands Comedy Club for the Comedy Showcase, the annual Comedy Showcase. It's going to be at Hudson Burgers and Beers in North Bergen, Nelson. 4404 Bergen Turnpike in North Bergen, New Jersey. Got a bunch of comics coming out, so come on out. And Rhino Comedy Club's also an awesome place, Nelson. You got to come out. What's up, buddy? Look at Joe. Look at Joe. He shows up as soon as I throw up the picture. He's like a ghost. He's like a producer ghost. How'd you know that I was plugging the show right now, Joe? Joseph, of course, Joseph Losner, the producer of the Meadowlands Comedy Club. Ladies and gentlemen, live on the stream. Nelson says, I'll send you my Venmo for the plug. Dude, when's your band gonna come out? You gotta come. I think Rhino hosts musicians too. You should come. So yeah, Hudson Burgers and Beers this Saturday, Jazz. And Rhino upstate, Suffering, New York. You gotta check that out. It's awesome. Great place. We're gonna move right into the news, Jazz. Now that I have you here, I want your opinion about these stories.
Okay.
But we're gonna start with this one right here.
Yep.
And chat, please, chime on in. Let us know. Joseph says, great plug. I mean, of course, Joe. It's a great place with great burgers. I want to have a burger right now. Okay, listen, woman. Jazz, woman, 37, decides to divorce her husband and move in with her lover because AI bot Chat GPT told her to. What do you think, Jazz?
Who listens to a bot? I always ask for an agent. Like, come on.
Have you heard of this Chat GPT? Chat, have you heard of this sensation, this new...
Heard a little bit, but Tell me more.
Okay, so this is these. I don't know if you've heard about all these different AI chat things, bots.
I know
have
you
been
can get it
coming
to do
out.
your homework and
Yeah, you
paint
can
stuff
get it
for you.
to write you an email. It'll write your resume. It will code you a website, which is crazy. It will write you a rap. It will write you a movie script if you want it to.
Wow.
It may not be perfect, but in a lot of ways, it's a lot better than the majority of a lot of writers out there. I'm not going to say all writers, but it's outperforming many human writers already. And it's in its infancy. It just came out like a couple of months ago. Nelson says, nice, thank you. So students are using ChatGPT to write their term papers, for example, and the professors.
So wait, are they going to
tell-
have AI bots for, call in, for sex workers, sex chat?
I'm so interested in why you would go straight to sex chatting, but I'm gonna say, Jazz, that yes, they'll probably use it for that too. I mean, the possibilities are endless, basically, to be using this system. So this woman decided to ask ChatGPT a series of questions about her relationship and to tell her a story of what the outcome might be. And based on the story that the chat AI bot came up with, she left her husband and went for the lover.
Wow. That says a lot about her friends in real life, that she's listening to this.
Right?
Oh.
Maybe she doesn't have any friends.
Right?
One woman in South London has used a chatbot for a completely different purpose to decide whether or not to end her marriage. Sarah has been having an affair with a man she met online for 6 months and decided to ask ChatGPT whether or not she should divorce her husband.
So wait, she's having an affair online. Is she sure she's not having an affair with a chatbot?
Right? She could be having an affair with a chatbot.
Right.
No,
Maybe that chatbot is he has two
maybe.
accounts.
Tony says
And he was
cheat GPT. Craig says AI is at least better than an astrologist. It was created in a lab in California. Of course, it's like the beginning of Stranger Things. After constant bickering with her spouse and other issues within their marriage, she decided she needed to either fix the issues or end the 5-year marriage. She ended up asking the AI to create a fairy tale ending to the affair and what would be the best outcome. The response left her shaking.
Can you imagine being the person dumped for the chatbot advice? Like,
Right? Would you
That's
then
gotta
go
be
to
a
the
bruise to
chat
the
bot
ego.
to ask it to help you find a new relationship?
or is he going to sue the chatbot?
I don't think the chatbot could be sued. You know what? But people are already trying to sue the chatbot. You're right. You're right. This is going to cause big societal problems, Jazz. You'll see.
Yes.
This is just
Are they going to have chatbot lawyers for the chats?
They've already have AI lawyers that will fight tickets for you.
Right, but will the chatbot need representation?
Right? Who know? Is the chatbot a person?
Well, I was just going to say, are they going to need personhood?
The
Are they going to be legally
chatbot has
protected?
already passed the bar.
Wow.
That's how smart
Now, is this
the AI
chatbot like the racist Twitter one, or did they find a way for this one not to become racist?
That's an interesting question. From what I've read, they say it has its issues. That's what the official statement is. It still has issues of trying to wipe out a race. Yeah, so I don't know.
Oh,
Interesting.
boy.
Interesting. So anyone can create a ChatGPT account for free right now. It's blown up. Millions of people are using it. So I suspect it's not going to be free for long. So if I were you and you want to try it out, log into it. It's free. Go to Google, search for, it's easy to find. and you can ask it anything you want, and it will pretty much do it. So try it out.
Now I have to do this.
Let us know on the show what you try, because I'm curious.
Should I try to have an affair with it? See if it goes for it.
So you started at sex worker, and now you're going to a fair. I don't know, Jazz.
Just I want to know what the moral line is with this thing.
Anthony says humans will be obsolete. I think you're right, Anthony. I think we're
all going to become batteries one day.
Yeah. Have you heard of this, Jazz? In entertainment news, here is how Netflix will prevent you from password sharing.
Oh, Lord.
That's it. Netflix wants to take away the ability for you to share your password. And it involves your home Wi-Fi connection. So now Netflix is going to do this thing where if you leave your house for more than 31 days, they cut you off.
Ooh, that's harsh. What if you're someone who travels all the time?
They don't care. They don't care. Don't travel if you want to watch Netflix. Stay home. Only one password per home. That's it. Netflix is putting its foot down. It's tired of you freeloaders. It's tired of you animals eating and eating. This is a swamp out here. You people don't want to pay. But you want quality entertainment. Like Velma. Oh, no, that's HBO. Sorry. So what do you think, Jazz? They're cracking down on the passwords. That's it.
And what about Hulu? Why is Hulu being cool and Netflix is not?
Oh, they're just being cool for now, Jazz. You know how it goes.
I mean, I will say Hulu gets mad if you don't sign in through your phone every once in a while. But, I mean, it's not much to ask. They accept that people have families, and maybe the family watches.
They expect that family to live in the same house. Craig says the Netflix thing is good because all the exes that are still pimping you out will be shit out of luck. That's hilarious. You know what? That's true.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's hashtag truth.
A lot of exes are going to lose access and they're going to be out roaming for a new ex. That's what I think is going to happen, Craig. I think you're right about this.
Well, they interfered with the ability to use a VPN on it to travel to different countries and see different content. So, because at first I used to do that. I would switch the the VPN to a different country, and then you get the different content, and it was kind of cool.
Look at you, hacking.
Not anymore.
Yeah, they fixed that, huh? So you can't do that anymore. That's messed up. You could always.
You used to be able to get British accents too if you wanted with the translation. They got rid of that, so now everyone sounds dumb. But anyway.
Anthony says Paramount Plus getting popular. Ah, come on. There's so many streaming services. I'm tired of it. There's HBO Max, HBO Go, HBO Latino, HBO Caucasian, HBO Food, HBO. There's too much.
Yeah.
It's a swamp out there.
HBO Showtime.
It's a swamp of streaming services. All right. Speaking of a swamp, DC Studios' new heads say the canceled Batgirl film was not releasable.
Why? What happened?
It was not releasable.
Did the bot tell them that?
The shelved movie. What'd you say, Jess?
I said, did the bot tell them that?
You know what? They were probably consulting the AI bot, Jazz. That's a great point. I think you're absolutely right. I think that's what's happening.
I bet if I asked the bot, it would agree.
Yeah. And on my
That's a
other
shame.
show,
I was actually looking forward to that.
On my other show, we do ask the bot questions. We do that on Unstable Gamers. Thanks for the shout out, Anthony. The shelved movie didn't fit within the new slate of films James Gunn and Peter Safran have planned. So basically, it didn't fit into their vision, and they were like, "That's it."
Oh, like the storyline of the whole world of the universe, in other words?
That can mean so many things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But can you imagine, Jazz, you as a director, producer, you as an actor, you're on this thing, and you fought your career, you're there, you film the movie, it's about to come out, and
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, finishing a film doesn't mean anything until it hits the screen. And not the screen just in your room. It doesn't mean anything, apparently. So, it's a shame.
Craig says they released Catwoman. I call shenanigans. Do you think it was a tax write-off, Craig? Do you think that's what this was about? Only about money? Do you think that's what it was? Or do you think that they wanted to reset, reboot? I think it was James Gunn go on some video talking about the 10-year plan that they have for DC, and they're going to release Aquaman 2 and Blue Beetle and Flash, and all this is going to start with the Flash. They got big plans, Craig. Big plans. What do you think? Are they going to do it?
So do you think that they're making films to not put them out because of a tax write? I mean,
I don't know.
Isn't that the storyline of the producers?
I don't know. You know what? I don't know. That's what one of the main conspiracy theories floating out there was that it was a tax write-off because they spent $100 million and it wasn't going to go into theaters and it was just going to be on streaming. Who knows? But I'm curious to see.
Did they really film it? Did they pretend film it?
I think they really filmed it.
Ooh, that's really probably what happened. Is they're a shell company or something like that. So, and now they have the right. There's something not right going on. Something shady's going on there.
So,
because why would you go through the actual work if you're just trying to use it as a game?
Yeah, I don't know. Craig says they're doing Brave and the Bold. I'm not familiar with that, Craig, which is Batman and his kid and Batgirl. In that one, she's in a wheelchair.
What? For real?
Is that real, Craig? Is that a real thing? Let us know, Craig.
Yeah, now I'm curious.
So yeah, I'm curious to see if this movie ever leaks.
Oh yeah, it has to.
You know what I mean? Like, imagine if it leaks, Jazz. How curious.
Well, the first attempt at bringing Wonder Woman back, that TV show leaked.
Oh, it did?
It was terrible. Yeah, it was awful. Thank God they were like, no, can this. And then it leaked. The proof was there.
I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah, it was like a decade ago.
All right.
And they even reimagined the costume in a way that had nothing to do with the original costume. It was bad. So if you're a truist, you definitely were mad. And even if you weren't, it just still sucked. So
that's crazy. They've been putting out a lot of TV and movies that are remakes that suck. Carnivally. Excuse me.
There's no real
Craig chiming in says, I can't say that on the stream, Craig. Joker, she is now in a wheelchair. So it is true, Jazz.
Wait, Batgirl is in a wheelchair?
Yes.
Huh.
Batgirl. Yep.
Are they trying to make like a first disabled superhero?
I don't know.
Is this a
What's your
diversity
opinion on
grab?
that? What's your take on that?
I mean, hey, great. I wouldn't mind being represented. But I'm just curious if that's what that's all about, or if it's, I don't know. Is it just to be able to show diversity, and then they'll cure her and get her back to business, and she'll only be the superhero once she's walking again, or will she be the superhero when she's got the disability? So and there would be definitely controversy with that.
That's interesting.
So.
There'd definitely be controversy. Craig says she has been for a while, so I guess the storyline has stayed.
So wait, in the comics,
she
ends up in a wheelchair? Okay.
Yes. Okay. me see. What does it say? He says there have been plenty of disabled over the years.
Well, there was a blind one. But physically disabled, are there any?
I don't know. Craig's the expert. Craig, chime in. You might find this interesting, Jazz. Artist places well-known characters in unexpected situations.
Uh-oh.
Harry Potter versus Mr. Bean. What do you think?
I love it.
The Shining. That's a good one. I like that one. Pulp Fiction versus Wednesday. Have you seen that show, Wednesday?
Yes, I have.
I saw the first.
Do you
What do you
believe
think,
that-
Jess? Do you like it?
Wondering if I'm gonna get hate for saying this. I love it, but I also have my issues with it because I don't know. I feel like the director told her to focus on the stare too much, and I feel like it affected the character a little bit.
Yeah.
So the genuineness is not there. And then I'm not sure if I believe that whole story about how the dance came about.
I haven't gotten
But-
to that episode.
Oh, it's good. It's good. I mean, everyone on TikTok is doing the dance, and I have a theory of what that whole thing is about. But visually, it's stunning. Story-wise, it's great. It's just I had that one little issue about
Yeah.
it.
I gotta keep watching, see where it goes.
Oh yeah,
Villains.
it's coming back for a second season.
This was a good one. Bill and Ted. Professor X is in a wheelchair. That's right, Craig.
Yes.
Good point.
That is true.
Anthony coming in with the news. The original Wednesday died. Thank you for bringing on the whole stream,
Yeah.
Anthony. Appreciate it.
Yes.
She did. She did pass away. I think it was
Lisa
like last
Loring.
week.
No, just the other day.
Just the other
Like
day.
a day or two ago. Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
And she was 65, and
Wow.
she died of a stroke.
Well, shout out to Wednesday, the original Wednesday.
Yeah, and she was in the Netflix Wednesday as one of the teachers.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Oh, so
I
she
didn't
was
know until
actually in it.
after the fact. Yes, yeah,
Oh, look at that.
which was cool. Which was really cool.
Well, look at that. It came full circle for her. Mr.
Hannibal.
Bean, Hannibal. A lot of Mr. Bean ones. The Wizard of Oz versus Joker.
Oh my god, that's great.
It's a good one. Lunch atop skyscraper. Spider-Man. I'd hang this on my wall, actually.
Yeah,
It's a good
it's a
one.
classic.
Group Mona Lisa. The Ring versus Ted. Shrek, Jurassic Park.
That's gonna be the next chapter.
Iron Man, The
Uh-huh.
Wizard of Oz. Free Willy, Finding Dory. That's funny. That's a good one.
Looks like he's tossing it up in the air.
It's awesome up in the air. The Exorcist. Wow. Minions versus Michael Myers. Home Alone versus Wednesday. She's just taking over.
Yes. Go to TikTok. It's all over the place. It's just Wednesday. Everything is Wednesday.
Mr. Bean again. Ariel versus Piranha. Glass versus Forrest Gump. Godzilla versus Avatar. Have you seen the new Avatar?
No, I need to. Is it good? Have you seen it?
I have not.
I want to compare.
I'm so behind on everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm usually 3 to 4 months behind on everything. Jazz. Usually that's how it goes with me. Anthony says, sorry, it's all right, my man. Hey, she died. It happens. What can you do? The woman from Laverne and Shirley also passed away this week.
Yeah, a lot of people.
That was a good show back in the day. I used to watch that. All those shows, right? Now
Yeah.
shows just aren't the same. Like, I guess I don't know, there's more options. I don't know what it is. Or if there's just less quality. I don't know.
All
What
of
do you
the
think,
above.
Jazz? All of the above?
Yeah, because, when you have 800 channels of stuff,
Yeah.
At some point, gonna run
At
out of
some
ideas.
point, you just run, and then Netflix can't just keep churning out hits all the time.
Especially-
You know what I mean?
Especially they're putting things up there to binge. So then it's like you eat it all up within a day or two, and then it's like you
Yeah.
want more.
How can you keep up? And then, so then how can you pull out quality? You know what I say? I say we do this for TV and for holidays. We take a year off. No new TV, no holidays, no
Catch up on
parades for
everything,
1 year.
yeah. Yes.
It'll make life that much more special.
Didn't we just do that like 2 years ago?
Oh yeah, we did do that.
How did that work out for all of us?
You're right. You're right. You're right. Listen, I'm an introvert. It was fine. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
So I hope to see you back on stage soon so I can come out and support. I love your comedy, your unique perspective. I mean, no one else has it. So keep going, keep doing what you're doing. And
Thank
nothing
you.
but positivity. I can't wait to watch the new film. Cannot wait.
Me too.
Cannot wait. So, chat, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Craig, Anthony. Again, one big thank you to Jazzmyn Banks for being on the show. Hang tight, Jazz. And I want to thank all of you for being with me tonight. It's a lot of fun as usual. It's so great to do a new Laz Vic Live. And